Welcome back. Breaking news coverage as we look at Jerusalem, Israel, now in the target of the Iranian response that will certainly be coming. 5:37 in the morning in Jerusalem. The Iranians have promised a devastating strike, counterstrike on Israel after an overnight bombing campaign by Israel that they promised to continue for multiple days to take out Iran's nuclear program. The Israelis have already succeeded in eliminating much of Iran's command and control. The head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard was killed in a targeted strike. Their nuclear scientists targeted. And this perhaps is the most significant video you will see today. The black plume of smoke coming up over Natanz, which was Iran's main nuclear facility. There are many nuclear facilities in Iran. The Iranians have been planning for an Israeli strike for as long as the Israelis have been planning to strike Iran's nuclear facilities. With us on the panel, Jim Hansen, U.S. Army Special Forces veteran, chief editor of the Middle East Forum; Joel Rubin, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State under President Obama; Mick Mulvaney, former White House Chief of Staff; Senator Markwayne Mullin as well, of the great state of Oklahoma. In the break, we were talking, gents, about why we have not yet seen the Iranian response. My supposition here is because the Israelis took out much of the Iranian command structure, number one, their communications as well. Part of this is to scare the Iranians that we know, in terms of the Israelis, where everybody is sleeping. So you get the Iranians arguing with each other, and that paralyzes, Senator Mullin, their military.
It does, but it also, the Iranians can't get out there and lose this fight. What are they going to launch? Israel's controlling the airspace right now. They've obviously showed they can break through their air defense. And they're not worried about the ballistic missiles. We've heard Ted Cruz go out there a while ago, and he's rightfully so. They have a tremendous amount of arsenal of ballistic missiles, but at the same time, we have David's Sling, we have the Iron Dome, and we have the aerial missile defense that is setting in Israel, and ballistic missiles are the easiest ones for us to track. They're much easier to track than drones. They've also shot a tremendous amount of weaponry over the last 6 months that Israel and the others that control the airspace around Israel that the Iranians have to come through has decimated.
So here's my question, Markwayne. Is it the Iranians are not responding right now? Is that because they can't or they choose not to?
I think they choose not to. They can't take a defeat. They would love to, but where are they going to go up in the air? And how could they, right? As I said, Israel's controlling the airspace. If they launch something right now and they get whipped.
I just wonder if they don't have the ability to, because part of me says,
I think
look,
a part of it.
The command and control is maybe so shot that they don't have the ability to actually do it. But even if they did, I'm sitting there thinking, why not go ahead and use these things before the Israelis destroy them?
Well, we know there's multiple waves, right? So there was the first wave that took out the air defenses. We also understand that there was some Israeli special operations and intelligence assets doing sabotage inside Iran on this night. Jim, I see you nodding along and smiling.
Well, my question is, we said we weren't part of the strike. Are we going to be part of the defense when Iran does launch? Because we have been previously. When the exchange happened last year, when Iran launched all of the drones and missiles and everything that they had, we shot a lot of those down. All right, there were U.S. fighter planes shooting them down. Our air defense stuff took them out. I'm assuming that we would not deny Israel that protection if Iran retaliates. It would surprise me if we don't, but that's going to be a big question when this actually does come, and it's gonna come.
So I would answer that as I believe we will, because the amount of troops they got to fly over to get from Iran to Israel,
of American
yes, we have assets between those two locations, and we also have friends in those locations. I believe we will be forced to, because we control a lot of the airspace. We control a lot of the airspace too between those two. And if we control the airspace, then we have to defend that airspace.
So just now.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.